G'day, Ronnie. How are you?
Good, Jim. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thanks for joining us today. Talk about inflation. A lot of news about inflation. What are people meant to read into the headlines we're seeing constantly? Just yesterday, again, record inflation for the month of November in the Eurozone. Is this going to affect people here, Ronnie?
Look, I think it probably is, but I think at the same time, like media, right? It's trying to take something that creates a bit of fear and panic and splash it around because it creates just what media do. They creates an interest and it creates a reason to keep looking
Okay.
up something. And
Okay. And so but it seems to be good stats. The US inflation rate's been the highest for the last 30 years in the last readings. And whilst there's been different commentary from different commentators, there seems to be a lot of noise about it. And you're just saying it's media noise?
well, look, we've had the lowest inflation we've had for a long time as well, and interest rates have been artificially pushed down, and all of the quantitative easing that's happened over the years. There's been discussion since GFC 2008 that this was going to lead to inflation, but we're still 13 years down the track and we're not really seeing the impact of it. Should we have some inflation? Absolutely. Is it going to become rampant and out of control like it was in the late 80s, 90s? I don't think so. I think the Reserve Bank have got plenty up their sleeve if they need to cool things down by interest rate increases. The amount of debt people are in, it's just a little touch is going to slow things down.
Okay, so your take on it, it's pretty much normal as is. This current environment of record low interest rates will continue despite spending going up, wage rises being asked for. You can't get a builder, all that sort of stuff. Fuel prices going up. This is not extraordinary.
No, I think it's definitely going to. I mean, you're seeing it. I'm seeing it at the petrol, and I'm seeing it at my renovation. The builders are saying I've never been this busy in 25 years. It's going to flow through, but I think people get concerned about what the impact of that inflation is going to be. When in reality, the rising inflation helps their asset values increase. It helps their investment values increase. And yes, there's other things that happen to manage inflation, but I don't think it's something that people need to have knee-jerk reactions and panic about. It's just something that with our clients, we talk about it as part of a long-term process. We understand that it's part of the economic cycle, and we adjust people's emotional reactions to it so it doesn't keep them up at night.
Okay. And so your clients aren't asking about it, or are they bringing it up at all?
One or two questions.
So what is going to happen?
Well, at the end of the day, interest rates are going to increase. Inflation's not a terrible thing. We want some price increase and some price value. So, there's a target. The RBA are working to it. Yeah. So I think it's something that people should just accept is an okay thing to happen.
Okay. So anyone listening to this, from Reine Clemow, Acquira Wealth Partners, the story is, look, it's not that extraordinary. There are a lot of different influences causing prices to go up and down, but generally things are pretty good at the moment. Is that what you're saying?
I think things are starting, you and I are starting to see prices increase, and that's fine because things have been flat for such a long time. It's just not something you should be worried and panicked about just because we're starting to see inflation and the media are grabbing onto it to create a headline and a bit of a splash.